and do your closing remarks. Go ahead and do that right now. Do your closing remarks. Go right ahead.
Sure, I'll do my closing remarks. I'll close on one thing. One of the solutions that I was talking about that the country is so frustrated with, one of the possible solutions is to educate the public.
Yep.
And Mark, you're doing that with your radio show and everything else. And I think that's at least a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you and I don't have the power to put into effect some of the things we talked about, but we do have the power to tell the American public as best we can, to whatever agencies we can, that this is the way we should be going. And I think you should be commended for the show, and I think that's my closing remark. Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, I guess this is exactly what I learned from. Believe it or not, I have 14 years of retail experience. So does Matt Drudge. Matt Drudge did the same thing I did. He actually worked in retail to actually get where he's at. He actually met the people, got to know the people before doing his website or his commentary or his articles. I'm doing the same darn thing. I'm just following his example. I have read Matt Drudge since since the first time he wanted to go for the impeachment hearings about the stained dress Monica Lewinsky. Remember, he released that with Ken Starr. Remember this back in 1997? Remember that? I remember that because I was in high school at the time. I was 2 years after high school. I left 2 years. I graduated 2 years after Bill Clinton got the impeachment hearings. Started in 1997 and then went into 1998. So I remember that clearly. You know, this is my third or second year after I left high school. So I learned from the guy. I did. I applied everything I did, and I just put that into what we have here. And then 20 years later, here we are. There we are, 20 years later. So there you go. True story.
Well, this is my second sign-off then, because I think that there's a difference between what you're doing and with Drudge. Drudge is known as a stark conservative. He's got a reputation,
right.
And anytime he says anything, everybody says, we know what he's going to say. He's coming from the other angle. You and I represent the voice of the common citizens,
right.
And I think that's a lot more important to other citizens in this country, because the people who like Drudge are going to be the ultra-conservatives, but the people who listen to your show and who listen to you and me, we hope are going to be the people who are American citizens who want to improve America.
Right, the constitutionalists.
Thank you again for having me on, and you can have me on anytime you want.
Well, George, we are the constitutionalists. That's what we said. You know, you said it yourself. We are the constitutionalists, and that's what our message has to be about. So thank you again for your time. Go ahead.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.